If you remember the other week I said I was going to do something to use some of the glut. Well, I'm going to start the project off today, but this is all preliminary work, so we'll just get basically started off. And what I have in here is 400 and odd grams of the beans I dried from last year. And the only thing to do with these at the present moment in this project is to soak them. So I'm going to cover them, plenty of water, allow them to soak overnight. So they can stay in there and they'll just soak overnight. The other ingredient is a small shank, a ham hock. Now that is going in a pan and it's going to be simmered for several hours until it's fully cooked. Do a quick wash off. Now I've not told you the recipe we're going to do, but I'll tell you that tomorrow when we get down to it. And I've got all the other stuff out that we need. So I've got this shank, and really I'm going to get it on the stove here, right at the back of the stove, on a low light, and just let it steep. The other ingredients we're going to use, which we're talking about as part of the using our glut up, is we've got plenty of onions left, we've got plenty of garlic from last year. In fact, I've had to throw garlic away that's dried off and dried up. There's been that much of it. So that's where we're at for this today for this project. But just by way of let you know about our last little cooking project, when we made lime pickle, I opened a jar of it on Friday night. It's absolutely lovely, very fresh, very lime, not quite as hot as I would like it, so next time I'll put some more chilli in it, but it was really nice lime chutney. Now the jar I opened has been taken by my youngest daughter, who's very much likes a lime chutney, so I was thinking I've got one jar left for myself and I'm going to have to make some more. It didn't have a liquid sauce with it like when it went into the jar. That had dried out, it seemed to have seeped into the limes or something. Also, I thought at 85 grams of salt in it rather than the 100 recommended it be far too salty, because when I tasted it, when I bottled it, it was exceptionally salty. Now that exceptional saltiness seems to have left it now. So it was a very, very nice lime pickle, and I will definitely do it again. Hello everybody. I said we was going to do some cooking, use some stuff up. Well, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you the ingredients we're going to use now. So we'll just focus on the basic ingredients. There'll be a few herbs and spices to go on afterward, but I'll talk to you about them later. So let's just have a look at the ingredients. Right. Chicken stock, made from the bones of a chicken the week. The fat on the top will be skimmed off. There's a ham hock. Fat will be skinned off, the skin will be taken off, and the meat will be added to this later. Got 2 carrots chopped, 2 onions chopped. Now these are last year's onions, ones that we started late, so we are using up last year's glut. We've got, it said 16 cloves of garlic. There's about 20 in there because they were small and the ones from left over from last year, because the big fat ones went back in the ground. We've then got a couple of sticks of celery chopped. The beans, as you can see, that have been soaking overnight, those have soaked now. And we've got some chicken thighs. We have also got two packs of sausages. The one on the right is a chorizo style sausage, and the one on the left is a pork and jalapeno sausage. Now the basic recipe calls for a spicy Toulouse sausage, which is a garlicky French sausage, but I didn't have any of that. So you've now got the basic ingredients, and we'll go on to cooking. Right, just to get things going, first things first, I'll tell you the dish now. It's French peasant recipe, it's cassoulet, which is all about beans and pork and things like that. Now, you can have as many cassoulet recipes as you've got French housewives, so you can't say that anyone's right and anyone's wrong. Some of them have duck in, some of them have chicken in, some of them have pig skin in. I'm not going to do that. And one thing I am going to do though is, I'm going to first of all put these sausages in a frying pan, purely to colour them, so because you want a bit of colour on them when they go into this dish. So the sausages go in, and they're just going to gently cook and colour while everything else gets going. A fair bit of sausages. It's a big hearty dish, this, good for the winter. So while it's still a bit cool, we might as well have it. So there we are, sausages on to colour. Oil in the casserole, and into the oil we'll add the onions, 2 onions, notionally, but a lot of small ones in reality here, because these are our leftovers. Then we add carrots, then we add the celery, and we'll just soften those. Just get those over a low heat and soften them. Get rid of some of the rubbish. I just put it on hold now because Pauline's home. Right, got distracted for a minute. Pauline come home. So what I am going to do though is this chicken stock. Not true cassoulet, they put all the fat in, but my weight won't stand the fat, so we'll get rid of the fat off that. And those are softening up nicely. And now we'll add the garlic. You don't want the garlic in too early because it burns easily. So we'll put the garlic in now, just for a little while. It's all mashed up in fairly big chunks. This is a rustic peasant dish, so don't be too worried about things being a bit on the rough side. So the garlic's in now. The other thing I've got to put in, which I've not dug out yet, is a glass of, well, a large glass of white wine. I'll have to find one of those in the garage. But that's done now, so get that stock. And you say it's good stock, right? It's solid chunk. Tidy things up a bit. As you can see, the sausages are getting some colour on them, which you want. And I'm getting tapped up the wall, which will get me into trouble. And that's melting now. As an initial thing now, I will drain the water off these beans. We're to add the beans now. Beans are in.
And we've got this ham shank, ham hock, whichever you wish to call it. Whatever you've got in that nature. Now, I'll break this down in a minute. Get the fat off it. Now there's some fat on the surface of this as well, which I will remove. Again, purely for health reasons. Put that in the recycle, and then the rest of this, as you can see, very gelatinous stock can go in. Now the French would cook them ham hocks in with the beans, so you get all of that. Sorry, but I've got to look after my health a bit, and I don't want to be telling people all these dishes that are so bad for them. Right, so now the sausage can go in. The chicken thighs can be browned in the same pan as the sausage was cooked in. And when I've browned these, I will deglaze this pan with the white wine. Now, turn it off for a minute while things get going. There we are. Chicken's nicely browned. Obviously not cooked through, but it's nicely browned. And I did take the skin off each side just to stop them, so just to reduce the fat content of it. Now that pan's hot. Half a pint of white wine to deglaze the pan. Let that get to a boiling point. Now that's the meat off the ham hock, which will go in later because it's near enough cooked now. The bones off the ham hock, they might as well go in and cook. They'll add a little bit of flavour, and then we can give them to our Cassoulet's dog later. Now some recipes say 2 ham hocks, some recipes say a ham hock and pork shoulder. You can use what you want in it. It's a use it or lose it job, this. So that's the way it's going to be. Use it or lose it. It's also one of those things. I'm going to put some bits of herbs in when I go out into the back and get some herbs from the back. It says thyme and 1 or 2 other things. You could actually put a bit of spice in if you want. I sometimes, at the end of the day, put some a bit of chilli in, but I'll leave the chilli out. You can always add that later. There we are, deglazed. And a good stir round. Get that hot. This is going to cook in the oven. It's going to be in the oven, low and slow, for a couple of hours. So just let it get to boiling point. Turn the oven on. You'll excuse me a moment while I go and get some herbs from the right. In the garden. Thyme, bay leaves, a little bit of oregano, and I'm going to put some Provençal herbs in. Just a handful. All this can be added. I've got to add a tin of tomatoes. Now I used the last normal tin of tomatoes last night. Sorry. So I'm afraid I'm going to have to open one of these and use part of it. This was a 99p tin of tomatoes with 2.5 kilos in it, so my can opener will open it. And we can get in. I'll use part of this, and then what I'll do, I'll put it in jars and freeze it. Yes, there is. So well, it's open now, and I've splashed it over there. That means I've got to tidy up one thing. That's live cooking for you. Make a mess. So I think about 2 cupfuls in there. Move that out of the way, and I'll tidy up in a minute. The only other thing now is salt and pepper. I'll put it in the oven. So I'm going to throw a little bit of salt and pepper in, then I'm going to give you a close-up on it, and I'll show you it when it's finished. There's the salt. A good shake of black pepper. Get it boiling. And one good look for you while it's before it goes in the oven. There we are. Cassoulet, a French peasant favourite. Ham hock to go in later. That's the only thing left to go in is the ham hock, and we'll add that in an hour or so when things have got cooked down. So as you can see, it's a hearty meal. I'll come back in a bit. That's going in the oven. I'll show it you coming out later. Approximately halfway through the cooking time, I'm going to take it out, make sure there's enough moisture in it, and add the ham hock. It's a fairly heavy dish there. Open that up. And that's bubbling away nicely. Have a look at the apparently the French version in a lot of cases is cooked for hours and has a crust on it. So there we are. Taste of the salt. A little more salt. I was dubious. Didn't want to put too much salt in it because of the ham, in case it's over salted, but it needs a little more. There we are, the sausages, the chicken, and now here we are, the ham hock off the bone, chopped, goes in to finish cooking, add that extra layer of flavour to it. Curiosity whether the beans are cooked. The beans are starting to get tender, but they're not right yet. Give you a final view before it goes in, because I've had comments that people are not seeing what I'm cooking. So there you are. There's the cassoulet. 2.5 hours later in an oven near you. It's steamy. Probably got a little bit of condensation on the lens which is just going now, but there we are. You're just about done. That dark crust on the top, which apparently is a sign of one. I'm going to pull it out in a second now. Bye. There we are. A fine cassoulet. A meal for several people for several days. That's it. Put the beans in there. Really lovely balanced flavour. And the beans are tender, just falling apart. And there's a slight aftertaste of spice from the jalapeno in the sausages and the chorizo in the sausages, so it really has got a real nice depth of flavour. So I hope that's some interest to you. Oh, just in passing, I have tidied up. There's the remains of the tomato from that big tin. Those are just going to go in the freezer now. We freeze them till we need them. If you've enjoyed this and you want to try the cassoulet, there we are, these many different recipes, and I hope you enjoy it. Bye.